Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Lucidity by Foxtail Games. It is live on Kickstarter now and designed by Shannon Kelly. And I have to say, when Shannon reached out, or Foxtail Games reached out to see if I would review it, I was hesitant. I'm just not big into the nightmare horror theme. I don't have a problem with it, but I don't just go for it. I think the quick play time and these really cool dice, which have these dream dice that have really just a nice look to them. I was like, sure, I'll take a look. This is easily the most interesting push your luck dice game I've played in a while. This is a super cool game. I really like this game. I found it to be compelling and interesting and engaging. The theme is excellently done. The play, the small, everything that's happening is interesting, evocative. I like the decisions, and it works. In some ways, I'm sorry that the theme is so dark because it doesn't have to be. But perhaps there's an opportunity in the future. But certainly, if this theme doesn't turn you off and you like dice push your luck games, you gotta check this one out. It's super cool. So it's 2 to 4 players. It does play a little bit better with more. Just because when you're a nightmare, you have more targets. But what you're going to be doing on your turn, interesting dynamic number 1, is you're going to choose between one of 3 sleep tracks. I don't know, like light, REM, deep, or something. But what you're doing is you're choosing how many dice you're going to get and how aggressive you want to be each round. That's super awesome. So if you pick, say, the middle, you start at 4, you're going to pick 4 dice, choose 2 based on the color, and the color is really meaningful in this one, and put them back. So effectively, you're going to be rolling 2. Then it escalates to 6. 6 minus 2 is 4, and 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. If I was in the next row, I would have started with 5, inherently starting with 3. So depending on how much push your luck you want to be, you're going to move it around. Probably going to start high and work your way backwards as you're trying to win. Cool number 1. Cool number 2 is you're going to roll these dice, and they have different symbols on it. One symbol are points, and each color has a different distribution. There's a really great reference card, but you can just get points. Points are added up. First player to 15 points wins. All of the dice have a point score. As they get more rare, all the way to the red die, which is the most risky, there's a 2-point score. Cool. That's one thing that happens. 2, you can get, and this is on the red ones, you can get a hunt, and 4 of these you lose the game. Got it. Those are the whammies. Different things happen that can also throw whammies over there. Okay. Then there are the dream exhaust ones. When this fills, your turn's going to end. So you can end your turn. Say I don't want to go one. I don't want to go deeper. Or you can see what happens when you're exhausted. But the other piece here are these shadows. They're these eyeball-looking ones, and the eyeball-looking ones add into the different colors: the depths, envy, imprisonment, and primal fear. Now, normally when you roll one of these, an effect happens. Draw and roll 1 dream. Well, you may or may not want to do that, but you have to do that. Envy, the next player makes you re-roll 1, which can be really dangerous. Imprisonment is you switch a sleep to an eye, and with the primal fear, you can move an eye to the hunt, which can be helpful if you don't want to knock out here. So those effects are cool. So as you're playing, this is building up on this side, and what happens is if you fill up eyeballs all the way in a certain color, in a 2-player game it's 4, in other games it's 3, and I don't have enough dice here, but let's say I do. And look, I'm going to roll until I'm done, until I either stop or I'm exhausted or I lose, and the next player. It's that kind of game, right? But if you fill up this row, you then become a nightmare. Your game switches. In many ways, it's somewhat easier to just be in the dream state and manage that correctly to success, but you absolutely can do it as a nightmare. And actually, you're more powerful as a nightmare with more players. That's why the player count has a little bit of an impact here, but I still found it interesting with 2 players. It just didn't feel like since the nightmares, the way they work is once you're a nightmare, no one else can effectively roll blue. If they roll a blue, and get certain symbols on it, like the eyeball, or it depends on what it is. But if they roll it, sorry, once you're that color, all of them say if you get the eye symbol, you get an action. Some of them have different other combinations of those symbols. But the point is, I'm the nightmare of the depths. And so all blue's happening. I can take blue points from you. I can, when you roll blue, I can activate powers. So I'm like playing off of what everyone else is doing, trying to earn my points to get to 15. It's cool. It's neat. Absolutely exceeded what I thought it would be, and it's super cool. So this one's recommended. Check this out. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.